All right. Good morning, everyone. It is 11 a.m. This is Miss Sami. We are going to be doing some yoga today as part of our activity. For those of you that are joining along at home, you can grab a mat. You can just practice on just the floor in your living room, in your kitchen, in your bathroom, wherever you are, you can do these poses. So if you have a towel, maybe lay the towel down. If you have a mat, that's awesome. But we're just going to be practicing a couple poses today. But of course, because we are a school, we're going to be learning more about yoga before we get started. So yoga started over 5,000 years ago in northern India, and it uses breathing and exercise through poses, and also uses meditation or mindfulness. So the word yoga actually means union in Sanskrit, and Sanskrit is an ancient or old language of India. And the union that we're practicing is between our thoughts and our feelings and our body. So the union is actually between our body and kind of what we're thinking about, how we're feeling. So we're bringing all those things together, which is what a union means, and that's why it's called yoga. So there's a few things that yoga can teach us. I'm looking at my notes. Yoga can teach us about our bodies. So like I said, we're thinking about how our body feels, we're thinking about how we're breathing, and we're being more in tune with what our bodies are doing. It can teach us how to breathe better. So the purpose of yoga is we stress ourselves out on purpose. We stress ourselves out on purpose so that we can breathe through the stress. And so when we are stressed in our normal day lives, we can go back to what we practice in our poses, and it will help us breathe through that stress. Then we also learn how to use our energy efficiently and effectively. So we are putting our energy into these movements so that when we go out into the world and we do other movements, we can be more intentional, we can think about what we're doing. It helps us quiet our mind. It helps us balance. So we're going to be practicing some poses where you have to balance on one foot or the other, or maybe just on 2 feet. So it helps us balance. And then it teaches us how to be the boss of our bodies. So sometimes we might be having a feeling where we, maybe we feel while we're breathing and moving through the movements, maybe we're feeling really stressed, or maybe our bodies are telling us, hey, that movement feels not so great, maybe back off a little bit. Or maybe it teaches us that, wow, that feels really nice, I'm gonna lean into that stretch a little bit more, maybe release some more tension. And tension is just a big word that means that our bodies are feeling really tight. So when our bodies are feeling really tight, we wanna lean into that movement and we wanna breathe through it. Remember, we're learning how to deal with stress. So we're gonna be doing a system, and system is a big word that means a group of physical exercises or poses, and these are called asanas. So asanas is the Sanskrit word for poses. So we're going to be practicing a few today, all right? So I have my notes. We're going to get started. So find a comfortable spot. So if you've never done yoga before, typically or usually we'll start in a pose called mountain pose. And so mountain pose is basically standing tall like a mountain. So you're going to stand with your 2 feet on the ground. You're going to stand tall, your shoulders are back, and you're going to have your hands down and out. And you're just going to stand, maybe close your eyes. If you don't want to close your eyes, maybe you just look down at the floor. Your chest is up, and you're taking some deep breaths. So let's practice taking some deep breaths together. So I'm going to close my eyes when I'm in mountain pose. Remember, we're strong in the floor. Maybe your knees are bent a little bit. Maybe you're rocking back and forth in your mountain pose, whatever feels good. So hands are up and out, your chest is out, your shoulders are down, and you're gonna breathe. So let's breathe in and out. So breathe in for 3 and out. In for 3 and out. Maybe you feel your heart rate coming down. Maybe you feel something happening in your body. You want to move into it a little bit. We're gonna keep breathing. We're gonna do 5 more breaths together in mountain pose. We're standing strong in our mountain pose. Do one more. All right, good job. So that's mountain pose. So whenever you're feeling really stressed or you just need a moment, you can always go back to your mountain pose. If you ever feel like this, maybe we do another stretch you don't want to do, always come back to your mountain. It's a really good way to help yourself keep in the moment, feel out how your body's doing, and really link up with your breath. All right, so now we're gonna do something called banana pose. So we're gonna start in our mountain pose and we're gonna reach up, breathe in. We're gonna grab our hands at the top and we're gonna peel our bodies to the right side. Stay there for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it up back through the center. Exhale. You're gonna breathe into the left side. Peel your body to the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe out. Come back through center. Let's shake out our arms. Let's peel our bodies. We're feeling good. We're feeling the banana pose. Let's do the banana pose one more time. And this is really stretching out our sides. So we're feeling the stress in this side, but we're breathing so that we can breathe through the stress. So let's start in our mountain pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now we're going to breathe in and peel to the right. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. Now breathe into the middle. Breathe out. Now go to the left side. Peel your body to the left side. Ready? Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to middle. All right, good job. So that's banana pose. So shake out your body. We're feeling loose. We're feeling good. Now we're gonna do something called chair pose. So even though we're not in school, we're gonna practice like how we sit in our chair at school. So chair pose is super easy. We're gonna start in our mountain pose. So that, again, this is always where we start. We're starting in our mountain pose, shoulders back. And we're gonna breathe in and bring our arms up. And then we're gonna sit back in our imaginary chair. All right, we're just gonna breathe here for a little bit. If your arms feel really not okay in this position, you can go into cactus arms, or you can bring your hands behind your back. Maybe that feels really good. So today, this is feeling really good for me. So maybe your arms are up here, your arms are like this, or your arms are behind your back. So you wanna just sit here and breathe for a little bit, okay? So we're gonna take 3 deep breaths. All right, now breathe in, stand up. And shake out your arms. My legs were kind of shaking during that one. So if your legs are shaking, you're doing it right. So we're gonna do one more chair pose, all right? So remember, starting our mountain pose, we're taking a deep breath. We're going to breathe in, bring our arms up, breathe out into our chair pose. So your weight is gonna be in the heels of your feet, okay? So you don't wanna be kind of moving forward, you wanna be back in your heels, okay? Your toes are spread out, like you got fingers on your feet, maybe. Your hand, like if your hands are spread out like this, your toes are gonna be like that. And you're taking your arms either here, here, or here. All right, 3 more breaths. All right, and breathe in, bring your arms up. And shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right, take notice of how your body is feeling right now. We got 2 more poses, all right? So just check in with your body, see how you're feeling. Maybe you want to stand in mountain pose the rest of the time. Maybe you want to do a couple more banana poses. Maybe you want to sit in your chair for a little bit longer. As you can tell, I am a little bit out of breath, so I will not be doing chair. But our next one is called tree pose. So this one is actually one of my favorites. So We're gonna start in our mountain pose, all right? Shoulders back. And you're actually gonna take your left leg, maybe your right leg, whichever one is easier for you right now. You're gonna take your left leg, put your weight into that leg, really ground it down into the floor. So grounding it means feeling the floor underneath your feet. And you're gonna take this leg and you're either gonna put it here on your calf or up on your thigh, okay? So today I'm feeling this right now, but really wherever you wanna be, as long as you're not on your knee, okay? So let's stand in our tree pose for a little bit. Let's start with our hands on our belly while we breathe. Maybe you feel a little wiggly. If you come out of your tree pose, that's okay. We call it practice for a reason, all right? Hands on your belly. And then I want you to breathe in and reach your arms up like you're a tree. Reach your branches out. See, I'm gonna fall out of my tree, but I'm gonna go right back into it, and that's okay. Reach your branches out. Sometimes it helps to stare at something that's not moving. All right, and exhale, bring it down. Shake out your left leg. There's a lot of balancing on that leg, right? Now we're gonna balance on our right leg. Again, if your right leg is maybe not as strong or feels a little bit different, you can always change where your other leg is. So, remember, we're here on our calf or all the way up here. I'm gonna be up here today, okay? Each day is different. So, we're gonna take a deep breath and out. And we're gonna breathe in and reach our branches up. Stretch your branches out like a big tree. If you fall out, that's okay. Reach up your hands, make sure you're breathing. One more deep breath. And breathe out. Shake out this leg. All right. The last one we're gonna do is more of a relaxing pose, kind of gets you just recentered, reset. And this is called a cat-cow. And many of you might have done this before, but it's a really common thing that we do in yoga to help kind of stretch our bellies and stretch our backs. So what you're gonna do, hopefully you can see me, you're gonna get on your knees, and then you're gonna put your hands down. I like to go on my fists because I can't bend my wrist back, but if that's not okay for you either, feel free to just be on the tips of your fingers. You can really make it your own. So I'm gonna be on my fists, all right? So all fours, wrists underneath your shoulders. We're gonna breathe in and stretch our backs up like we're a cat. And then when we breathe out, we're gonna stretch our backs down, belly towards the ground like a cow, maybe moo. All right, breathe in like a cat. Stretch that back out, and then breathe out like a cow. Moo. One more time. Breathe in, stretch your back up like a cat, maybe curl your hands, really get in there. And then breathe out, moo. All right, and that's a really good pose to kind of reset your body. I'm gonna have a seat because we did a lot of practicing today. So give yourself a big hug, say, thank you for practicing today, Miss Sammy, but use your name. Use your own name, don't use my name. Say, thank you for practicing today. Thank yourself, give yourself a big hug. These are all things that you can do on your own to help you recenter, to get yourself maybe some heart rate up since we're inside. As you can tell, I'm a little out of breath. I do this every day, so it's always gonna be a new challenge, okay? So thank you all for practicing with me today. We will see you tomorrow with another activity, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And please share, because these poses are good for anyone to do at any time. All right, bye y'all.